Ladies and gentlemen,
Hello and welcome to the final block of this, the opening day of this year's Abu Dhabi Grand Slam. Abu Dhabi, capital of the United Arab Emirates, is home to local and federal government offices as well as the President of the UAE. It is a major cultural and commercial centre and the site of the spectacular Sheikh Zayed Mosque, capable of holding an incredible 41,000 people. Not that many people in here this afternoon, but we've had an incredible morning in the lead up to this final block, and here to tell you about that and some of the fighters that we're going to see in this final block is former world champion Loretta Cusack-Doyle. Loretta, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Sheldon, and yeah, this is going to be an afternoon that I'm really looking forward to. Not many times that we can say, like with 48s and 52s can be really outstanding, but today the performances and the talent that we have seen over the first part of this competition has been amazing. And 48 kilos, Costa and Giliazova is going to start us off with what I'm hoping is going to be an absolutely amazing afternoon of judo.
Well, let's get the two athletes introduced properly then. Catarina Costa of Portugal goes up against Sabina Giliazova of Russia. It'll be Costa in the white judogi, Giliazova in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Ramzi Shamirov of Tajikistan.
Well, these athletes are no stranger to competing against each other. They have fought 5 times and it's 4-1 to Costa. Ooh. And Costa obviously just missing out on a medal at the Olympic Games, took 5th place, and where you've got Giliazova, European bronze medalist, and 20 on the world ranking. She's 27 years of age, Costa 25. It's going to be a really strong match, a really sort of head-to-head here. I really couldn't predict this one. The last time they competed was at the European Championships, and at that time it was Giliazova that had won the match.
She was that, if you say it's that 4-1, that's the one that she's pulled back, if you like.
Exactly, and she's on form. But they fought this year, at the beginning of the year, in Tel Aviv, they also competed, and it was the opposite way round, and the scores were very similar as well. Just obviously Costa taking the win at that time. It was a quarter-final stage, in fact, in Tel Aviv.
One of 2 Russians in the weight category. The other is Irina Dolgova. We'll see her in the second of the bronze medal contest.
And again, she's had a good performance here today.
Busy time for the Russian lightweight women.
Well, Costa's always been a great performer. As I've always said throughout the years, I've always used to call her my little pocket rocket, because she's so fierce, and she really does. She works hard and has such a hard and fast pace. But today I think the spark is out of her a little bit. She's not as sparkly as we've seen her in the past. But that experience obviously follows through with her, that she can be consistent, if anything.
Giliazova lost out to Assunta Scuto of Italy in the semi-final. That's put her in this bronze medal contest.
Strong attack there from the Russian as she works her way into the knee. Was trying to put on a bit of pressure there, but she wasn't really sure on what she was capable of doing in that position.
She leapt into that, didn't she?
She did. She looked like she was going for something, but when she actually got there, it was like, what am I doing here?
Single Shido against Giliazova. Over a minute and a half left to go.
Again, Giliazova really strong. Straight off the grip, goes in for the attack, and it's just the pure power that knocks Costa down to her knees. And she's done that a couple of times now, and Costa is getting slightly frustrated, not only with her opponent, but with herself, that she's not able to sort of overcome that first initial attack from her opponent.
Yeah, she hasn't really been able to close the distance between the pair when she's attacked, and hasn't been in the strongest of positions. Again, just off balance, you know,
Yes.
just attacking a little bit too quickly before she was really set and almost getting taken back.
Well, she came in for that Sianagi, and you could tell that she dropped without any control of her opponent. Hence, her opponent was too far back and her balance went first. So really, she's got to be careful with that, because it could be looked at as negative attack as well, and she could pick up a Shido. Giliazova has one Shido on the board, so it doesn't put her under any pressure at this particular moment, but if she was to add to that, then the dynamics of this contest would change dramatically.
Oh, just dropped there for me.
That was poor. Yeah, definitely
Costa
poor.
just under the pressure. Just went straight to ground. Wasn't an attack.
No. And I wonder if the referee will.
Yeah,
Yes,
he has.
definitely.
Well, the nice thing there, Shamirov, the referee, let the action continue to see if something was going to happen, and there wasn't.
Yes.
When he had the opportunity to say, okay, it's not going anywhere, Mate, Shido.
Definitely a good bit of refereeing there. A bit of head-to-head crunching, right angle positions. Not always the most prettiest looking, but there's the Yoko Tominagi from Costa attempt there. A little bit of a desperate attack, really, under pressure, I feel the Portuguese is at this moment.
A real shock if she actually comes up with a big technique to catch Giliazova now. Giliazova just working her way against the defence of Costa.
Well, that went really quick. There was a lot of action, but really no follow-through at all. For working so hard, they've got nothing on the board to show for it. So I wonder how this golden score will go. Will it be exactly the same, or is somebody going to be just brave enough to try something different here? Change the dynamics, come out with something that's unexpected. An Ochigari, well, that is slightly different to what we've just been seeing. And a good first attempt in that golden score.
Tentative from Costa, wasn't it? Really
Yes.
not committed fully.
It was shall I or shall I not?
Yeah.
I'm in or am I out? Playing safe and too safe. But there's the Uchimata, and that was a little bit of a rotation. There wasn't much lift, and there was no upper body control as far as the sleeve grips were concerned. So she really needs to sort of tidy the upper part of the body up first before throwing in big attacks like this. It's a lot of effort being made into throwing an attack that's going to have no impact whatsoever. And when you're in golden score, you've got to reserve your energy. Couple of small little attacks there, but again not making any impact at all on Costa. Coming up to the first minute of golden score. 5 minutes these athletes have battled away, and still just a Shido each. Nothing to divide these athletes at this particular moment. Again, a bit of a head crunching situation there, drawing off the sleeves, both of them looking for the same. Costa once again, a desperate trying to be in first, but really nothing effective. Now the problem is, as these minutes go on, they become much more tired and their techniques are less effective, but they end up starting to look very poor, and in the eyes of a referee could be classed as a false attack, and they've got to be really careful on that.
Certainly the case for Costa, well described. The only thing that she can hope for is that Gilyazova's defence is not as strong, and she's worn her down. Also comes into it. Missed with the Uchimata there. Just thinking that Costa, with that Ojigari attack, Gilyazova's managed to keep her out. She's got to get past that defence, get closer to her.
Well, I think the tables have turned a little bit in this golden score. Costa seems to be putting a little bit more effort into the golden score. And that's Sianagi coming out the back end, but continuing to rotate and drive through. Now, it was a continuous movement. It was strong attack from Costa.
Really just waiting to see if the video replay official is going to call out the score.
Yeah, is it a continuous move? Well, it looked continuous, didn't it? It's a hard one to call. And it's no wonder the referee is... Oh, he was looking for something we didn't see. We were too busy in looking for the score that we didn't actually notice where the hand position was. So that's the second Shido for the Russian.
And in attempting to stop that effort from Costa, Gilyarzova got the hand to the leg, picked up a penalty. Costa almost guilty of the same thing there, momentarily just blocking the leg, but it really would have been, harsh to have called that one. It was a little bit too much, I think.
Well, Gilyarzova has really taken second best in this golden score. She's not been as sharp as what we saw in the first 4 minutes of the contest, has allowed Costa now to come back, and beautifully done. Sutemi was and she's definitely happy with that. Under a lot of pressure right from the beginning, 4 minutes, and she was taking second best. But like I said, when it came to that golden score, she put the work in to receive the win that she deserved at the end.
Good Sutemi was in the end. Gilyarzova not best pleased, but down. And as you said, into the golden score period, it was Costa who looked the different fighter. I don't want to stretch it too far and say she looked the better fighter. She ended up coming on with the score.
That's exactly, but at the end of the day, it was always going to be, we said right at the beginning that this was going to be a real hard match between both these athletes. And Costa wasn't looking her sharpest throughout the day. There was a little bit of spark missing from her, that what we normally see. But when it actually come into digging deep, in that golden score, she was the one that seemed to be more hungry and more determined to go home with a medal around her neck.
It did appear in the first part of the contest as though Gilyarzova had a better chance of taking it. Things turned round in the golden score, Okay, so Catarina Costa of Portugal takes the first of our medals in this final block, and that neatly executed. What was that? Hikikomi Gaeshi over the back?
Yep.
Let's see if she got the arm all the way over the back. It was another effort.
Yeah, and that was a strong movement there. She just didn't give in, did she there?
Right, coming up next, the second of the bronze medal contests in the under 48 kilo category. Melanie Legou-Clement of France, goes up against Irina Dolgova of Russia. It'll be Legu Clement in the white judogi, Dolgova in blue, and the referee in the middle for this one is Larissa Proskurakova of Kyrgyzstan.
Well, as you can see, 5 times these two have competed against each other, and it's a 2-3 here. So Dolgova obviously feeling possibly very comfortable and confident as she comes in here. I don't know, this is going to be, again, like we say, we're right at the beginning, this weight category and the 52 kilo category has been really an interesting and excellent competition for both weight categories.
Time 3 Grand Prix winner Irina Dolgova.
We have spoken before about Dolgova's prowess in Newaza.
Yes.
And I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, she took every opportunity that she is offered to show that off. We'll have to have a look and see if Melanie Clement, Legu Clement, is up to defending against that. Little Koichigari is the thing that normally sets it up for Dolgova. She's got lovely footwork.
Yes.
Nice
the
how she
feet,
was
yeah,
Sorry.
feet are very clever. And I really do feel that that's some of the success athletes get if they've got good Newaza, good transition, but they've got good footwork. Ashiwazas play a major part of opening up, either being a big score, as we've seen so many times, but as real good openings to come in for those big techniques, such as the Uchimatas and the Sienagis.
I know you talk about transition quite a lot, and that,
yep,
you know, that Koichi that allows them to transition from Tachiwaza to Newaza,
yeah,
is useful for Dolgova. It proves very successful. There's another little stab at it. This time she goes left-sided with the Ojikari, maybe just letting Legu Clement know that there are other weapons in her arsenal.
Oh, there's a nice Sienagi there. It was very sharp, straight in, like we said, straight into the Newaza. She's not messing around there. She's really trying to create an opening here now and punish her opponent there. Legu Clement has to be really careful in how she defends and in the position that she defends. That time she would have got away with it. She was very close to the edge of the contest area, but as we know, even if there's work being done, if it goes right out of that contest area, it still counts. They're still allowing them to work whatever magic they've got.
Yes, the previous rules were very, very strict about leaving the contest area. Anything that happened outside the contest area was called, you know, out. I like the extension.
So do I, because it's not classed as the contest. The red is not classed as so much as the safety area, but it is at the safety area. But that's exactly what it's called. It's the safety area that, although action can be there, you have to be careful in what you do in that position. So if you go completely off it and there's no action being taken, so that's it, it's mate. But if action is still continuing, they will allow it as long as it stays safe. That's the most important thing.
Let's see if we get an example of that during this contest. Single Shido goes up against Legu Clement for that gripping infringement. That's one that really only the referee can see. You have to be that close up to see whether the fingers have gone inside the jacket.
It looked a little bit of an awkward one. It looked like
how would that have worked?
Yes, I couldn't see how, other than just knock her partner down and lose her own balance.
Yeah, lose your own balance.
But
left-sided Serenagi, and then the Ashiwaza are in the opposite direction.
Yes, it was a very strange attack. You're going too far forward to try and actually twist them the complete opposite side.
Opposite direction,
so, yeah.
Bizarre. Oh well.
Just shows the determination, though. That's the most important thing. Logic behind it, possibly no logic.
I thought that the initial entry was quite good.
Yes, it was. She
quite strong.
came out the back end. Oh, there was a nice defending there of Le Gout Clément. Almost had the counter, but this is her trying to get the opportunity in the Niwaza. She's got the Sangaku legs there, but as you can see, not really tidy.
Did she have an arm
She
in?
had the arm in as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's been an interesting match, very, very tight indeed between both Tayatoshi, Dolgova, still piling on that pressure. Le Gout Clément, that long reach over the top, the left hand coming deep onto the back there. Stumble her opponent to the front, but not really having an opportunity in the Niwaza as she fell down there. Coach desperately trying to give her some sort of advice there for Dolgova.
Herself a former high quality fighter for Russia, Zerazudin Magomedov. Pleasure of commentating on quite a few of his matches when he was
strong
mat,
athlete.
yeah.
Oh, Sotogari, oh, she just went the wrong way, didn't she, really? If she'd hopped around a little bit more and went directly back, but she took it off to the side, which gave a little bit of too much flexibility for Le Gout Clément.
Got into a really strong position, didn't she?
She was in deep, but just went the wrong way. So we're now into golden score. No score on the board yet, but one Shido to Le Gout Clément.
It's gone the same way as Gilyazova's contest.
Yes.
Dolgova into golden score. Her teammate was there, came out second best. She's going to hope for a better result, I'm sure.
Le Gout Clément there with the left hand high in the collar, bit of a cross grip. Up, very upright, extreme left, and working her feet.
Just shading it for me, Dolgova, on attacks.
I wonder if this well, that was a good opening in the golden score, but definitely I would agree with you in the first 4 minutes. I feel that the Russian is in front, but as we've seen before with Costa, I wonder if it will be a turnaround now with the more mature and experienced way of dealing with the golden score opportunities.
Had a minute in golden score. Both fighters look fit enough.
Yeah.
No one is looking too tired, but they're both going to pick up penalties for avoiding to grip up.
Which puts Le Gout Clément in a very difficult situation now. She really does have to be careful here. Will the Russian then play on this? Now you could do this both two ways. You could actually just go out fighting to try and throw and win outright, or you could tactically look to thinking if both are looking negative, it's a Shido apiece, which means then Le Gout Clément would lose on a hand sokimaki of the accumulation of 3 Shidos.
They've both taken a whack to the left eye. Dolgova took one and Le Gout Clément held out her hand just before they called the HME and said, sorry about that. A couple of seconds later, Dolgova was holding out her hand saying, yeah, I'm sorry about this.
Yeah.
I don't think it really was that way, but...
Nice entry there with Uchimata. No, it's never personal, it's only business, as they would say. I'm not sure about that, some of those. I think you have to take that in content of the contest at the time.
Certainly looked that way to me.
Yeah.
Slightly taller, isn't she?
She has, and you would think that that was a massive advantage to her, but when it comes to situations like this, yes it is. She looks very much in control. She comes over the top, she can engage first, and then she can throw that leg in, which looks like she's been very positive, but as much impact she's having is not as much as what we've seen from Dolgova. in the first 4 minutes. But again, we're seeing that turnaround. We're seeing Legout-Clement really taking advantage of this golden score.
Things are beginning to drift a little bit for Dolgova, I feel.
Well, she's working her feet there and just doing enough, but I think the situation that we're looking at is that the way they're attacking, it's on tired legs. So the chances of someone collapsing under that pressure most probably is very high now when we're looking at coming up to 8 minutes. It's a long time out there.
I can't remember a single opportunity that Dolgova has had on the ground.
No. And that's surprising because she is very, very strong. She hooks in there, as you can see, just behind the leg. Oh, and that was...
Go now.
That was good. But you would think that she has a chance there and nothing.
She just held on.
She just held. Is that fatigue? And that's the problem. We're into nearly 9 minutes now. Does she have enough in the tank to be able to give? Because Niwaza is so grueling. It takes a lot of effort to have good Niwaza, especially against someone who's defending hard. So do you reserve your energy by not putting so much into the Niwaza that you may not get a lot out of? But this isn't, if she can, you see, it's power, it's generating power to get that turnover.
She was actually rolling into a position where she was going to block the roll from her opponents. I don't know how that one was going to work. She showed a couple of instances like that. 3 minutes and 14 seconds of golden score we've had. You put that on top of the 4 minutes. They've been out there for a while.
Yep.
That's just how long the clock has been ticking. There have been pauses and stuff, so they've been out there for quite a while. A little bit of Ashiwaza that just had Dolgova's knee bending, and then maybe you could say that she was interested in a Yoko Sutemiwaza effort, Legout-Clement, but that never materialized either.
Well, Legout-Clement has to be very careful, and it's no wonder she has taken full control of this golden score, because she's 2 shidos down. One more mistake would cost her this match completely, where there's a little bit of flexibility here for Dolgova to make a mistake, and so the pressure is off.
I think you're right, Loretta. Your earlier comment about a lack of power. There was a second opportunity there for her to attempt to work in Niwaza, and again she passed on it. And this was a better one. She never made an effort.
See there's again another strong attack. Now that's 2 back-to-back, and the referee will start to take note of that. And
one more, I think. It's got to be first in this cycle. Can't afford for Legout-Clement to be first to the attack here.
So 8 minutes, just over 8 minutes, these athletes have been battling away in this bronze medal match. Uchimata combination that we've seen again. Oh, well, that was so close. And yes, the best attack.
And now a chance on the ground, and she's giving this a bit of attention. This isn't even the best position.
You can see there's no power. She really is burnt out.
Yeah, couldn't even attempt the roll. She's going to have to rely on her Tachiwaza skills, I'm afraid, here, because unless there's a real mistake by Legout-Clement in Niwaza, it doesn't look as though that's going to happen. She's not generating attacks on the ground, Dolgova.
Well, that was a good attack there from Dolgova. It was a good comeback, and but it shows that she's capable of doing something.
She wanted to follow up that Uchimata, but it was Legout-Clement who stopped that by attacking herself. So that was a good one. Nice little exchange there. 5 minutes of golden score gone.
Gosh.
And still they look pretty good.
Yeah, you get exhausted watching them, and Gosh, we don't know what they're going to be like out there, but very, very grueling this match has been. There's been a lot of action. It's just sadly that there hasn't been anything on the board to say, to put sort of anything towards this, because it's been hard, there's no doubt about it. Both have been engaging. It's a hard one to call. The only thing that is the disadvantage there for Le Gout Clément is that she's got those two Shidos.
Second Shido.
So for me, the longer this match goes, the more likelihood that there's going to be a mistake by the French girl.
There's another chance. Better position for Dolgova again. Normally she'd be looking for the turnover there. It's just been under strength in this bronze medal contest. Earlier on she would have been working away on the ground looking for an opening. Miss one area, turn it to another. Here she just said not interested.
This is where there is a complete burnout now. The arms have gone, the lactic acid that's going to be burning these arms, trying desperately to hang on to a good kumikata, but also those feet having to still have that spring in them to be able to motivate and move themselves into a position where they're capable of throwing. It is so, so hard now.
Referee's called mate. Something.
Well, there's something that's been, because it was done a little bit premature when you could see what I felt, and also Togari sort of coming, but there was something she was doing, and it was a grip infringement there. So now this evens it up, 2 Shidos apiece. Well, Dolgova has lost any advantage that she had in this golden score.
Shake of the head there from Dolgova as she rested on her knees and said, what can I do?
Even the coach looks a bit worried there, doesn't he? Looks a bit like a bit of an action man there, didn't he? Little eyes moving. Doesn't know what to think. This is going to be so testing for these athletes, and really couldn't call it this moment. Le Gout Clément trying to work in Niwaza, but I think that's just one, a little bit of punishment, two, possibly a little bit of resting, recharge the battery slightly.
Thud as that right leg bangs into the leg.
Oh, gosh, that was so close.
Can't make progress on the ground.
Yes.
I'm quite surprised. She's normally very, very good at getting into much stronger positions. She hasn't given herself a chance here.
And like you said, that's her forte, isn't it, the Niwaza? And she's not taken full advantage, where Le Gout Clément is being one of those that her height has been her advantage, that left hand that she gets in so quickly, and those legs when she connects can make her look very dangerous. So she is trying to work with what advantage she's got. Unlike Dolgova, she has good Niwaza, and we have seen very little of it. Now you can see this is dangerous, and this is what we're saying about tactically now. Le Gout Clément is in a good situation that she's got the height advantage. She doesn't need to engage too much without looking and look sort of positive in her control and her posture. Where Dolgova will have all the time, she'll be having to fight away that long limb that comes over the top, that left hand that's causing her a few problems.
We're into a third contest. If you look at the clock here, 8 minutes plus of golden score. Had that the first 4 minutes to this. How long have they been out there now then?
Somewhere you think if they just changed it slightly, they're becoming so predictable that both of them are able to block each other out. And for me, if a switch for Legu Clement, if she tried the Uchimata and switched it to the Ouchigari, or tried the Ouchigari first and switched, using a different direction to put her opponent on the back foot. But Dolgova, for me, she just needs to, one, avoid that left hand coming over the top, work with that sleeve and use her feet. Her feet have been actually quite clever there. She's had the stumbling opportunities, and this is another situation that, which way will this go?
Well, if Legu Clement gets the first attack in, a good strong first attack in this cycle, she's going to take it.
Yeah, I think so. She can throw that left hand over the top. She hooks in with the Oichi Uchimata. This could be the sort of last opportunity for Dolgova Tominagi.
I don't think Dolgova can have any complaints if they called it now.
No, I don't think so. And I've got a feeling they will. Not quite sure what she's looking for, because there was a lot of effort put in for the Tominagi. It wasn't a false attack. You could see by the reaction of her opponent that she desperately tried to push the hips forward and lift Legu Clement up the air. So there was a lot of effort trying to be made. Look, you can see her, she's straining on that Tominagi.
Yeah, I'm okay with that being a valid attack.
So am I. Right, we're looking at something completely different.
Did
she grab the leg? I'm not sure.
I'd be interested. Well, if she hasn't, it's a third Shido. Okay, there's a fourth Shido. I'm sorry, I'm really
Yeah, so it was a wrong
overly defensive posture. Yeah. Yeah. Okay,
well, I
fine.
get that. I get that. There was it was very defensive, and she was trying hard, but she was defending. She wasn't actually trying to engage or counter. It was just defending off.
Before the third Shido was given, we'd already, Loretta and I had agreed that if a strong attack came from Legu Clement, that would be sufficient for the contest to be given to the French fighter. She came up with the Tomoe-nage effort. It had to be blocked by Dolgova, so I was okay with that. Then there was the discrepancy as to whether or not there was a leg grab involved, maybe, communication from the referee, well, from the commission to the referee. But even Dolgova was smiling there. The only person who was not smiling in that was the referee. She'd been given a couple of messages in her and they didn't sit well with her. Anyway, right, we come now to the final of the under 48 kilo category. Shireen Bouclé of France goes up against Assunta Scuto of Italy. It'll be Bouclé in the white judogi, Scuto in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Vitaly Sulima of Ukraine. Here's Loretta.
Right, thank you. Well, this is going to be a very interesting one where you have a slightly different of age of maturity here. You've got Bouclé, European champion, and World Championships was 7th place, but then you've got this youngster, 19 years of age, junior world champion, junior European bronze medalist, and a cadet European champion. So what a pedigree for a young athlete coming through, and she's had an absolute blinder of an event here today. So she really is on form, and someone who's so exciting to watch, and is someone that we're definitely going to keep an eye on next year when it comes to this build-up for preparation for the Olympic Games in Paris.
Isn't it funny how quickly things change? Shireen Bouclé was the darling of France, on her way up, the junior to look out for, No. Move aside, there's someone younger.
Yeah, that's it. Well, when you think that Buckley's only 20, well, she's 24 years of age, and so still, no, 22 years old. So she's only a youngster herself.
Yeah,
it's only 3 years. When it comes to, like, when you look at categories, we've got under 23 European Championships. So she still makes that
Still
category.
makes the age group.
All very exciting stuff, especially for France and Italy, when you've got such young athletes that has such a sort of a high pedigree.
Sharp. The effort there from Scuto, not quite in the right place to be a big threat. So she was underneath, in, not quite deep enough, maybe just off to one side, and didn't catch Buckley. Enough to worry the French fighter, however.
Yeah, definitely. Nice strong grip there from Scuto, drawing down on the head.
And now you see it's slightly more bent over Buckley because she wants to keep her out. That attack, although it failed, did something. Said, "Hey, I'll be careful here."
Well, she's first on the grip, but she's got to watch that hand, as you can see. Left hand on the belt,
Too long.
looking defensive.
Just got off there.
Yeah, and no more. The referee was coming around that
on the
side.
other side, yeah.
You could see it. But again, in reverse of roles here, you've got the high collar grip, drawing down on the head, which will remain. Well, the Italian will get a Shido for that as well. So it's 1-for-1 now.
She's lucky to get away with that, Buckley, because she was controlling, she was dominating, and she didn't do anything with the strong grip.
That's correct.
You just got a little bit lucky there. I wouldn't have been surprised if they'd called it the other way and said, "Hey, you know, you're crushing here."
Yeah, and there's the difference of having a good strong grip that you're going to use, or having a good strong grip that you're going to use to defend, and that's the difference. And you can get penalised if you're defending, but you don't get penalised for using it as an attack.
Buckley's picked up a second penalty, this time for a gripping infringement. It's not going her way at all here.
Scuto, as you can see, they've both got that sleeve grip, but look at the hands, they're down to the ground, and that's not, it's just a defence. And again, that's another penalty in my eyes, because she's not pulling up, and if you're engaging pulling down, that's defence. If you're trying to pull forward and pass, then you're trying to open and create space and break balance.
Scuto, unfortunately for her, has got caught up in this unattractive battle for grips here.
And I think you've hit the nail on the head there when you say it's unattractive. It isn't. It's not attractive at all. Very, very messy. Buckley with the high grip around the back, controlling quite nicely, but this time you can see she's using it for the Sutemi Waza. She's moving her opponent, she's actually getting some movement on the tatami, where in the other cases it was just defense, there was no movement whatsoever.
Quickly the time has gone, a little over half a minute left to go. Mind you, we have had 4 Shidos. There's a chance for Buckley there, just for a moment when she had the right arm around the waist.
There was an opportunity there, but she decided to come out, which I'm surprised. And there again, defensive from Scuto, as you can see, holding that sleeve. Unlike Buckley, she was coming in, although her hands were down, the legs were still trying to drive forward and catch her with the Oso Tagari. Definitely Scuto will pick up a Shido, I'm sure of it.
It's just taken on the shape of, I don't want to lose, as opposed to, I want to win this. Just got that look about it, I don't want to lose.
Yeah. And that is so different, isn't it?
Ooh, over the top.
Oh gosh, well that was very close. She almost stole it on the last second.
Yeah, I don't think it was. I mean, it was on the last second, but it wasn't the time that that made them decide no score.
No, that was
French goal landed on her front, but Scuto needs more of that. To come up with some big attacks.
oh yes. That's it. Goodness me, what a finish. Scuto just steals it in golden score, doesn't she? A change of direction, that's what it took.
Also, the mindset. Maybe, they can't hear us, but maybe it also came into her mind, actually, it's more important that I go out and try to win this than try to defend my record of not losing. I know it's going to end up the same thing, but it's a different attitude. And her attitude in there was, I'm going to go for this.
Yeah.
And you scored.
Well, it just shows you, doesn't it, that that's the best she did right through that whole contest. A change of direction, a change of mindset. Let's go out and all or nothing. Well,
it took a while to get there.
Definitely a talent. There's no doubt about it. One to watch.
Surely that's got to be the longest opening free contest we've ever had in a final block. I mean, there are things there for the purist. If you like watching judo, then you're going to know how difficult a time that was for all 6 of the athletes who we've seen so far. They all had difficulties there. It was a terrific finish from Scuto, however.
I'm definitely glad it finished that way, because it would have been sad to see it on a penalty. And a lovely Ochigari driving back.
Unusual execution with the
Yes.
right arm around the waist as well.
Yeah.
And I said that there was that threat there where she had the right arm around the waist. Last time she just hung on to the belt for too long and then let it go. This time it was quickly into the Ochigari. Right, coming up next, the first of the bronze medal contest in the under 60 kilo category. Dilshot Kalmatov of Ukraine goes up against Cedric Revol of France. It'll be Kalmatov in the white judogi, Revol in blue, and the referee in the middle for this one is John Ramakas of the Netherlands.
Referee from the Netherlands.
Well,
Mr.
Kalmatov,
Ramakas.
junior European champion back in 2018. And 23 years of age, this young man. His opponent from France is 27 and just recently won a gold medal in Malaga European Open. But he's had a couple of successes. He's been close to that. He's had 3 Grand Prix medals and 3 Grand Slams. So definitely that maturity has got a lot of success under his belt. And he'd be pretty confident coming into this one, I would have thought.
Saw him walking around, well, with his teammate, who we'll see in the upcoming contest. The pair of them were getting ready and preparing. It's not always the way.
Well, the French have had some success, haven't they? And that's got to have a rippling effect of confidence within the whole team within France, when you see so much success at an Olympic and world level coming on a regular basis. But after that at the Olympic Games, the judo in France must be on an absolute high throughout all age groups and regions because of that success.
And then in this weight category, we saw the French having some success at the Junior Europeans and the Junior World Championships. So,
yes,
you know, Cedric Revol must be looking over his shoulder and thinking, oh, I better do something here, because, you know, there may be these youngsters
it's the
who
depth.
are looking to take my spot. In fact, one of them, having medalled at the Junior Europeans and then the Junior World Championships, went on to take his place in the Paris Grand Slam. So if the French see them coming and know that there's a talent there, they're not afraid to put them out for the big ones, and they don't get much bigger than the Paris Grand Slam.
Well, the depth that they have at this level is amazing, isn't it? That when one goes out, another one can fill their shoes very quickly.
Kalmatov just took a bump to the nose, so he'll be off for a moment whilst they wipe that up. And quite apart from the normal COVID-19 protocols, we're going to see them wiping up the tummy with the obligatory sanitizing spray as well. And once we've got that out of the way, we'll be back and we'll have Kalmatov back on the mat. It's situations like these where you're never too sure who it helps more, Kalmatov to gather himself while he's off, or Revol, who can take instructions from his coach during this time, and you know, that kind of thing.
I think it must be pretty difficult to be out there only with your thoughts. I think it's okay if it's going well, but sometimes when it's going well and then all of a sudden you get an interruption like that, you just think, I'm in my flow, I just wanted that to be finished and to continue the successes I'm getting. But if you're having a hard time, sometimes the pauses are quite good to actually get your thoughts about you and compose yourself to rethink the action plan you actually went in with at the beginning. So it can work so many different ways.
Yes, you're quite right. You're never quite sure which way it's going to go.
So we're coming up to the halfway mark. Looking strong, Kata going on here at this moment. Both of them desperate to get the ultimate grip. Neither one of them having much success. A little bit of pitter-patter going on here, and is exactly what the referee's saying, just get hold of each other. And let's get this on.
Because he's the man to say that, actually.
Definitely, I wouldn't cross him, put it that way. Really good referee.
Yes, we've got a couple of relatively new ones. Let's go to score, yep. Good, low effort, right-sided. Quickly into the near-waza effort as well. He's got that piece of gauze stuck up his right nostril. It's so uncomfortable.
Yep. And he's really trying to punish him down in the knee was. I don't think he really knows what he's doing other than making it uncomfortable for him, which in its own right is actually a good tactic.
There's another one putting the hand down to try and stop a fall.
Yes, we've seen how that can end up.
And I know the answer to this question, but I'm still going to ask it. As a long-standing, highly experienced coach who's taught many things, did you ever teach anyone to put the hand down to stop a fall?
No, definitely not.
I'm sure that any good coach that you speak to is going to say the same thing.
The problem is when it's so intense and an athlete. This is why some of the rules are in there, because the head diving situation. It's because athletes will do anything to try and stop themselves from going over for a throw, and hence the head dives. Even if you're trying to stop yourself from going over, you put your head out first, you're going to be disqualified for it if you deliberately took that action to try and stop a throw, or you try and use your head to throw somebody. But when it comes to an arm, it's one of those situations, if it's flapping around without any control on it, your natural reaction is to try and stop yourself from going over. But with the speed that athletes enter into some of these throws, that's where we see the danger. That's where we see major accidents, injuries happening.
Last few seconds. Revol can't afford an error.
No, he needs to stay very, very tight, but he has to be positive. 11 seconds to go. and his coach's sort of palms are sweaty and a bit tight in the collar, because 11 seconds you can make some really bad mistakes, like what's happening here. He's defending like mad.
Well, oddly enough, he did the right thing. He did not make a false attack. He didn't actually make any attack.
He didn't make that's what my concerns
and
were.
That would have been a possible error. But
Winner
mercifully for him, he didn't step off the competition area. He wasn't overly defensive, and he didn't commit a gripping infringement. And there are a couple of others, but we won't go through the whole list. Anyway, Cedric Revel of France takes the bronze medal in the under 60 kilo category. We've got a second coming up, but before that, I'll have a look at some of the highlights from this one.
The highlights of this bronze medal contest on the screen.
Well, as I said, coming up next, we've got the second of the bronze medal contests in the under 60 kilo category. Oleg Verediba of Ukraine goes up against Samuel Hall of Great Britain. It'll be Verediba in the white judogi, Hall in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Katarina Marzog of Germany.
Well, neither of these athletes have competed against each other, but they're very similar in what they've achieved in the past. Both European, junior European medalists in their time, and I know somebody that will be sitting at home quite tensively, hanging on to the edge of his seat, will be Fitzroy Davis, his coach from Hardy Spies, that has worked with Samuel Hall for many years.
I thought you were going to say it would be Mrs. Hall.
Possibly Mrs. Hall as well, I think, and parents, grandparents, everyone will be out there, and
or anyone called Hall.
Everyone called Hall.
They'll all be claiming him now.
Verediba from the Ukraine there in the white, very strong athlete and European bronze medalist.
Really nice is the teammate Kalmatov, who just lost in that contest against Cedric Revel, the previous contest, has climbed quickly up into the stands, bloody nose and all, to watch his teammate, who is now Osai Komi. Neat turnover, looks very strong. He's trapped him there.
And he doesn't look like he's getting out of there at all.
Right shoulder completely controlled.
Hall, a medal in Zagreb this year, and now he adds another bronze medal here in the Abu Dhabi Grand Slam. He'll be delighted with that. And I'm quite sure Fitzroy Davis will be shouting at the screen right now.
Winner and bronze medalist for men.
But well done for this young man of Great Britain.
I was tempted to use Fitzroy's nickname, but I won't. Given that we're on air, I think it would be unfair.
You'll have to tell me later what that is, because I don't know. I'd love to have that one over him.
Yes. Good effort. Slip there from Verediba, to be honest, in there was and pounced on very quickly by Samuel Hall, and neatly done, actually.
Verediba, 20 years of age, still a young athlete with lots of potential. 7th place in Tbilisi, just this year. But again, someone you've got to really watch. But nice Niwaza turnover there, nicely controlled.
Yeah, before the turn, there's a moment when he's got to realise that he's in trouble here.
Yes.
I'll show you where it is right now, because he's wrapped him up, the leg's there, and then it's too late. It's all over now. Yeah. It was a good while before that, because once he's got the leverage with the leg and he's wrapped you up and you go for the turn, that's it. It's finished. Yeah, didn't see that one coming, I'm afraid. Nice, strong finish from Samuel Hall. Well, that brings us neatly to the final of the under 60 kilo category. Yang Yongwei of Chinese Taipei goes up against Ramazan Abdullayev of Russia. It'll be Yang in the white judogi, Abdullayev in blue, and the referee for this one is Lubomir Peter of Australia. Here's Loretta Kusato.
Well, yeah, this is going to be a really interesting one. The Olympic silver medalist up here, second in the Masters, and this year was a bronze medalist in Antalya Grand Slam. It's nice to see, just really on the back end of the Olympic Games, you don't see many of the Olympians coming in on this final. They've had such a grueling couple of years in preparation for the Olympics. So to see those Olympic medalists come back into the fold straight away is, one, surprising, but two, really nice and refreshing, because it gives the youngsters that are also getting an opportunity to get out there and see what they're capable of doing.
Yeah, it's true, and yet we've had quite a number of them.
Yes, definitely.
Today we've got some coming up in the next weight category. So
silver medalist this year, Ramazan Abdullayev.
So Grand Slam in Paris was a silver medalist. Abdullayev in the blue, representing Russia. Again, another strong athlete, under 23 European champion in 2019.
I've got a feeling that this is not the kind of opponent that Yang is comfortable with. Just something about Abdullayev.
No, I totally agree with you. It's such an aggressive start from this Russian. As you can see, straight out there. He really does mean business. And look, he's all over him in the Niwaza, looking for an opportunity. And even if he feels like he's not going to get it, he puts him under pressure.
Abdullayev likes to get close. He's got those nice big pickups,
Uranagi style techniques that are dangerous. He comes round the back but stabs to the front, trying knocking his opponent down into the Niwaza. He obviously fancies his chances in the ground, and what Yang has done is just really been on the back foot right from the beginning, and he's had a bit of an unsettling start in this contest. He's not really had an opportunity as yet. If it all settles down, but a bit of a mix there, wasn't it, really? I wasn't quite sure what happened there. Yeah. Looked a bit weird, that one.
Single Shido against Abdullayev. Slightly untidy bit of work with the gripping picked up at Shido early on.
Well, now things are starting to settle down, and for Yang this is better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Much better for him, because he can take a little bit more onus on this contest. At the beginning, it was like a bull out of a china shop. He didn't know what to do next because Abdullayev was all over him. But I think he's run out a little bit of steam. He needs to recharge the battery before he makes another push. But within that time, this is an opportunity for Yang to now start coming out and dividing this contest by getting a score.
Was that the first attack from Yang there?
Yes, it was one of the first. Yeah. So we're past the halfway mark. the first minute and a half, nearly 2 minutes of this contest has been the Russians. It has slowed down in pace now, which means for Yang this is a far better opportunity for him to show what class he truly is, being that Olympic silver medalist that we would expect.
Just stepping up a gear, isn't he now, Yang?
Yeah. Well, he's just getting a little bit of time now to compose himself and create opportunities for himself. But Abdullayev there, as you can see, with some nice niwaza there, very confidently moves from one direction to another, working on that arm. He's still got nice control there, but now he's lost the leverage that he needed to get the arm out.
Yeah, once he'd failed with the turnover and then had to reset, they were going to call mate.
Just clamped it down enough to avoid getting turned over. Yang really now has to show a little bit more life in there. He's a bit more spark. He's allowed Abdullayev to really take control and onus of this whole contest, really, to be honest. Although Yang's had one or two opportunities, he still really hasn't capitalized on it yet. And once more, all that action, all that aggressive approach in this contest, the pace, everything is all about the Russian's style and what he wants. And Yang at the moment's just going along with the ride at the moment. Yang trying to throw that with lovely Cianagi. Yes! Yep. Well, when you get that moment where it slows down, this is where Yang gets that opportunity. And straight away, now this takes a different pathway of this contest now.
That groan that you heard was Abdullayev passing our microphone. We've got a microphone down on the tatami, and you could hear him as he let out a groan with 5 seconds to go, knowing it had gotten away from him.
Well, my goodness, what the timing couldn't have been more perfect for that Cianagi. He knows it. He was under pressure, but that's an Olympic silver medalist there that knows that he has to dig in deep sometimes and just compose himself and take the opportunities when they arise.
Just wondering whether or not that was his Rohit Giorgio, our stadium announcer, tell us whether or not that was his first Grand Slam gold medal.
Well, yeah, the only one I've seen.
Yeah, that's the first Grand Slam gold medal.
Congratulations! This is first gold in a Grand Slam for Yang Yun-Wei.
Congratulations to him. Happy for him. I don't think we've seen the end of Ramazan Abdullayev, though.
Oh, no.
He looks like a real handful.
He's definitely a man on a mission in that one anyway.
These are the highlights of this final on the screen.
Right, we're going to have some highlights and then we'll be back for the awarding ceremony for the women in the under 48 kilo category. We come now to the awarding ceremony for the women in the under 48 kilo category. medals will be presented by the chairman of the United Arab Emirates Wrestling and Judo Federation, Mr. Abdul Razak Al Ali.
The medals will be presented by the chairman of the United Arab Emirates Wrestling and Judo Federation, His Excellency Mohammed bin Talib Al Thani. Bronze medalists are for France, Melanie Legou-Clement, and for Portugal, Catarina Costa.
The first of the bronze medals goes to Melanie Legou-Clement from France. There's a bronze medal also for Catarina Costa. Silver medal goes to Shireen Buckley. But the gold medal goes to Assunta Scuto of Italy.
Prize money and the flowers will be presented by the representative of Mint, sponsor of the United Arab Emirates Judo Federation, Mr. Abdul Razak Al Ali.
My apologies there, it was Mr. Abdul Razak Al Ali who presented the prizes, the medals. My apologies, were presented by His Excellency Mohammed bin Talib Al Thani.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Italy.
And now the national anthem of Italy.
Thank you very much. Now, family picture with VIP and Judo.
Right, so there is time enough for the VIPs to get together with the athletes, take what they refer to as the family picture. I've never quite got used to that. Anyway, that's what they say, the family picture. Family shot as well, don't we? There you go. Legou-Clement and Costa were the bronze medal winners. It was Buckley who took the silver, and Scuto, Grand Slam gold medal winners. Lovely to see their smiling faces as opposed to them having the masks. Having fought all day, they can take the masks off whilst they're having the medals presented. After that, we're back to the COVID protocol and masks on. Okay, we have got the next of the weight categories. It's the under 52 kilo category in the first of the bronze medal contests features
Ladies and gentlemen,
Alexandra
now it's time for the
Kaleta
next
of
contest.
Poland. She
Bronze
goes up
medal
against
contest for
Kefem
women
Primo
under 52
of
kilogram
Israel.
category.
It'll be Kaleta in the white judogi, Primo in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Roland Beuger of Austria.
Well, this is going to be really interesting. Well, it was a weight category that has pleased us throughout the day, and very excited to see the outcome of what will be on the podium a little bit later on. Really difficult to call this weight category in all bronze medal matches and in the final. But we'll just have to wait and see and stay excited. But as you can see, Primo running into the stadium there, full of life. Yeah, she definitely does that, where her opponent, Kaleta, is just taking her time and looking very much composed.
It's not a big Polish team here, but her two teammates have been sitting up on her left-hand side, waiting in anticipation of this moment. Julia Kowalczyk and Arleta Podolak over to our left up there in the stands, watching on. So there's some support for her. Primo's got quite a number of her Israeli teammates here.
Well, Kaleta, back in 2018, was junior world bronze medalist, 23 years of age now. She's up against Primo, 21 years of age, and was bronze medalist in the World Championships this year, but also was Paris Grand Slam gold medalist. So already really making a mark on this weight category as a massive contender, and still only rightful age of 21 years of age. Left hand high collar grip, making it really uncomfortable. Kaleta doesn't like that left hand over the top. Nice attack there.
Gonna score.
Well, that's a good position to be in. Kaleta, a very uncomfortable position to be in when you're looking at two shidos on the scoreboard against you. Another mistake would be very costly indeed. Well, there's the win. Another shido was what it took. Hansokamaki for Kaleta, and a win for Primo, and a bronze medal to add to the collection that she's already got. Well, it's a good day at the office for her, but not what she set her heart on, I don't think.
Poor one for Kaleta in the end, having performed so well during the day, to give up. You know, okay, the score is one thing, but you know, if you're going to go with penalties, you know, not what the doctor ordered, was it?
3 in a Grand Slam, Kefem Primo, Israel.
So, Kefem Primo it is, who takes the first of the bronze medal contest in the under 52 kilo category.
These are the highlights on the screen.
Yeah, you're right. She didn't look that happy, did she?
No. And
Now it's time for the next contest, the bronze medal
Right, coming up
contest
next,
for
the
women
second of the
under
bronze medal
52
contest in the
kilogram
under 52 kilo category. Soumya Iraoui of Morocco goes up against Bishrelt Koladoy of Mongolia. It'll be Iraoui in the white judogi, Bishrelt in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Artur Fando of Belarus.
The referee from Belarus, Mr. Artur Fando.
Well, Iraoui, African champion, 3 times continental champion, and 25 years of age, will be up against the 23-year-old who is in Baku, took a bronze medal in the Grand Slam and Paris Grand Slam bronze medalist, 15th on the world ranking, and both of these athletes have a strong performance throughout the day. Iraoui had to come back a little bit further on in the repechage, had to do that one more just to fight her way through back into this bronze medal match.
Almost caught with the ashi, was it there?
Iraoui, she lost in the quarter-final stage to Primoz. Just taken the last bronze medal. Oh, nice attack there. Very deep indeed. Bishrelt. Again, very dangerous in the big uranagis. If she gets the opportunity of getting that arm round the back, around the waist, that's the danger. So the attempt there comes in deep. Just not deep enough to get the score, but again, a very strong attack. Well, Iraoui taking control of this contest right from the beginning. Bishrelt now coming in, high collar grip, but again a little bit slow to react. Iraoui just in there first each time.
Bishrelt's going to have to keep this up because Iraoui is just getting behind her. There's the former president of Mongolia. Batulga.
Looking very serious indeed.
He signed a document for a new Grand Prix that they'll be hosting in Ulaanbaatar. We'll do that tomorrow. And good news, we'll be back in Ulaanbaatar.
It's always a great event, isn't it, there?
Bishrelt could do herself a power of good, taking a medal here. Yes, there it is.
And very unusual to what we've seen throughout the day. It's the first time I've seen that Uchimata even been attempted.
Lovely finish.
Yeah, so a nice finish and a very unusual one for what we've seen.
Yeah, okay.
And she puts that finger up to say, yes, it's me. But not number one.
I'm just about to point that out.
Yes, it's a bronze medal, dear. So,
or she could be saying it's the first time that I've thrown with Uchimata.
Yeah, maybe. It's probably that exactly what
she's not number one.
No, she's not number one, but definitely.
First bronze medal of the year for her, or first bronze medal at a Grand Slam, one of those things, but not number one. There you go, and Georgie just told us it's medal number 4 in a Grand Slam.
So it won't be that.
No. Well, we'll give her that she was number 1 in that contest.
The highlights of this bronze medal contest on the screen.
Soumya Irahui, however, gets the prize for thought of the day, because her first thought after the contest was with Kuznetsova was to go over to her opponent and see how she was. Didn't celebrate having thrown her. She stayed there and wanted to see how she was. I thought that was really nice.
I thought she had great ukemi there as well.
Yeah,
lovely ukemi.
She's probably telling Kuznetsova, that's what you should have done, instead of trying to put your arm out and block it.
Well, I can't say much about that, can
hands
you?
were completely trapped. Yeah, good finish from Bischreld in front of the former president of Mongolia. That's a good thing for her.
Yeah, has been scoring with the Uranagi, that style of technique, and all of a sudden comes up with the Uchimata. Nice.
Right, and coming up next, the final of the under 52 kilo category. Amandine Bouchard of France goes up against Chelsea Giles of Great Britain. It'll be Bouchard in the white, judogi Giles in blue.
Yes.
And the referee in the middle for this one is Amano Akiko of Japan.
The Olympic silver medalist up against the Olympic bronze medalist, and yes, they've had head-to-head, and it's been Chelsea Giles 4-1. Well, no, sorry, it's been 2-0, and that was in Masters in 2019, and also the European Games also in the same year. So a lot's happened since 2019. Can Chelsea Giles come back and to make it 2-1, or will it be a 3-all on this last one here?
In white judogi, representing France, Tokyo Olympic Games silver medalist, current European champion, Amandine Bouchard.
Well, both these athletes have looked very convincing throughout, never really phased. They've had a couple of run-ins, there's no doubt about it. There's been some contenders that have really given them a good run for their money throughout the day and made them work for their next place, but never at any time did they look in any danger. But this is going to be definitely one I couldn't call right now. Both of them have got strengths in so many different ways. Chelsea Giles, very, very good in her niwaza, very strong, and a real danger if she gets the opportunity of getting down there into the niwaza. Bouchard has got a lot of experience, will know what Chelsea Giles is capable of doing. She knows the danger. She's been in that situation many a time and has been the victor of these contests that they've been up against. Victorious. Well, Chelsea, as you can see straight away, trying to draw down Bouchard. I think we're in for a very long match here somehow. Chelsea having the height advantage here. Bouchard coming in. Oh, it's a very tight match. There's Jamie Johnson, the coach of Great Britain. Bouchard looking a little bit frustrated at this moment. Maybe things are not going to plan for her at this time of the contest.
Well, you said earlier that they've been on a couple of occasions, so you remember what she's done in the past. Now she's won in the past.
Yeah, and she's won very well as well. It's not been that it's sort of been within golden scores or...
Yeah, maybe she's won convincingly, and
she's been very,
for that reason she fancied her chances of finishing it off earlier. But Giles proving a little bit more difficult.
Bouchard has been at the top of her game for a long time, hasn't she? Dominated this weight category for some time. Giles, for me, has just started to flourish in the past, since 2020. So for the past couple of years for Giles, she has gone from strength to strength and believing in herself, but where Bouchard has been in there for a long time and has been at the top with everybody else chasing her. And Giles has chased for quite some time and will be wanting to give up the chase and take prime location, my prime spot on that podium for once.
Yeah, I think this is going to not come down to, but a big part of this will be where Chelsea gets to attack Amandine. Doesn't want to go off to the edge. Bouchard is quite happy to be attacking near the edge, so that if it fails, she can crawl out and avoid getting caught up in Newaza.
Yeah, and the frustration for Giles here, she's 2 shidos down. She really hasn't been able to sort of make a mark in this contest.
Yeah, the tempo is not right for her. Bouchard is able to keep up the rate of attacks.
Yeah, it's like a hit and run
exactly.
situation here. Again, every time that Giles gets anywhere close of getting the desired kumikata, then Bouchard hits her first every time. Very sharp reactions here, which puts Giles chasing all the time.
Good explanation, hit and run. Yeah, you're going to have to work this out, because you've kept a clean sheet. That is to say, you were not scored on. You never looked as though you were in any real danger, but you got outboxed, outmanoeuvred.
Yeah, I think she'll be frustrated with that, because there's lessons to be learned.
Yeah, there's another term that we could use here. She got shaded. I think you get shaded when you go the whole distance and you lose on some kind of. This didn't go the distance. This was controlled. This was within the time. Bouchard had a plan. She put it into good effect. As we said earlier, it was not the most attractive of ways of winning, but sometimes, you know, 1-0 is just as good as 4-0.
That's it.
You know, you want to win, and Bouchard just snuck there, and you see on Chelsea's face, okay,
frustration
all right,
there.
You take this one, but I've learnt something from here. I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back even better.
I think the surprise here for me is that they have competed against each other, and there wasn't any lessons learned, I don't think, on how to. She didn't know how to deal with the situation that was.
Well, I haven't seen the scores from the last one. She could have gone over Ippon or Wazari. And this time, just on three shidos. So
But I just feel that halfway through that match, she just could not change her game plan.
Yeah.
Whatever she went in with a game plan, it wasn't working, and she wasn't able to adapt. And considering she's had that experience, she knows what Bouchard is capable of doing, but there just didn't seem any other solutions for her out there. It's something she's got to go back and look at. She's got to really start all over again and say, right, because the frustration there is that she really couldn't get started. Bouchard was hitting her every time.
Bronze medals in the under 60 kilo category go to Samuel Hall of Great Britain and to Cedric Revel of France. Silver medal goes to Ramazan Abdullayev of Russia. The gold medal goes to Yang Yongwei of Chinese Taipei. What a
Prize
year
money and the
he's
flowers
had.
will be presented by the President of the Saudi Judo Federation, Mr. Abdulaziz Fahad Al Bassam.
Medals there were presented by Mr. Timur Kulibayev, the president of the Kazakhstan Olympic Committee.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Chinese Taipei.
And now the national anthem of Chinese Taipei.
Thank you very much. Now, family picture with VIPs and best judoka of this category, men under 60 kilo.
Revel and Hall were the bronze medal winners. It was Abdullayev who collected the silver. Yang picked up his first ever Grand Slam gold medal.
Once again, congratulations to the all medalists, men under 60 kilogram category on the podium.
Well, we come now to the first of the bronze medal contests in the under 66 kilo category. Yondan Perenli Bashku of Mongolia goes up against Walid Kaya of France. It'll be Yondan Perenli in the white judogi, Kaya in blue. The referee in the middle for this one will be Veli-Matti Karinkanta of Finland. Here's Loretta.
Thank you. Well, these athletes haven't come across each other in the past, but here they are battling away for a bronze medal.
From Finland, Mr. Veli-Matti Karinkanta.
Both have had strong performances here today, and this is going to be quite a tough
And now,
one, I
please
think.
welcome judoka. In white, judogi representing
Yondan
Mongolia,
Perian coming out there, as you can see, jogging his way through to the contest mat, where Kaya
in blue,
just taking his
representing
time.
France, four-time Grand Slam medalist.
As cool as you like. Nothing's rushing him. Yondan Perian. He's world bronze medalist. Well, it's starting off very aggressive indeed, isn't it, with the Kumigata? No messing around. Mongolian working away in the Niwaza. Well, if anything, it's just upset him a little bit. Very focused there. Mind on the prize. Well, totally engaged in this contest, both athletes. Neither one of them really taking full advantage or controlling the contest as such. Still to make their mark, either one of them. Could take this bronze medal as the way it's going at this moment. Oh, Chigari there though, nice attack. Stumbling the Frenchman down.
Yeah, the question is how long you allow them to battle away for grips, changing, moving, you know, breaking off, you know. Some stage they've got to settle and start coming up with some real attacks.
Yeah. It's got to follow up with an attack, and the Mongolian, for me, is just looking that slightly stronger out there. Just slightly, not much really, to be honest.
They're both quite explosive fighters when they decide to get going. We just haven't got to that point as yet.
No, no. It's like you're trying to hold your breath, hoping that some spark's going to come from this.
Well, they know it, I think. That's one of the problems.
Chimata.
They're expecting, you know, to be to come under serious attack any moment, and you've got this little nervous period here.
Well, Yondon Perili, he seems to have had a couple of strong attacks in there, more than Kaya.
Kaya picked up a penalty for stepping out of the area. A little bit careless.
Oh, nice, she wasn't there. Almost had him going.
A strong grip on the sleeve and then had to break it off.
It is a battle of the Kumikata though, as the moment. There's very little following up through the strong gripping that we're seeing at this moment, that's been displayed out here, but still waiting to see what comes of the strong grips. And so is the referee, I think.
Yeah, he's seen enough. He's got no choice, has he?
No, it's so true.
Penalties. Kaya is the one who comes off worst, having previously been penalised for stepping out of the area. So he's picked up 2 penalties now. We're inside the last half a minute or so. This one looks destined for golden score.
I totally agree with you on that, unless Kaya makes a massive mistake. And this week it's it's quite difficult to try and work out between these two what their action is, what their game plan is. It's not so obvious, I don't think, here at this particular moment. They're both very strong with their gripping styles. But neither one of them are really convincing me.
Well, if you know anything about refereeing, you may recognise both of those.
Yeah.
Gentleman on the right, former head refereeing director of the International Judo Federation, Mr. Juan Carlos Barcos, and then gentleman on the left, Mashbat Bukbat from Mongolia.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
Ran the risk, went the wrong way. Forward, left or right, he went backwards.
He clambered on top of him, didn't he,
yeah,
really,
well,
with that one?
With Yondon perennially pressing on him.
He was just on the
easiest route for the Mongolian was to go forward.
Yeah, just walk over him.
Yeah.
Winner and bronze medalist for men under 66.
And once he ran that risk of trying to lift him up,
Yes.
you have to go back first and then decide which side you're going to go.
And
Unfortunately, he didn't get that far. He got to the backwards part.
He got to the back, his heel, he went onto his
Yeah,
heels.
at which
and he
point
couldn't
Yonder
move
Pirelli
left
said,
or
that's
right.
exactly where I wanted to take you.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Congratulations. Judo Highlight, Mongolia.
It was definitely a hard one to try and work out where this was going. It was a very aggressive start. It was all about the kumikata. It was all about sort of the aggressive connection, but there wasn't really any setup of working out what way they were going. And it was just, he just made the wrong call on that one, didn't he?
Yeah. I mean, he knows he's got to get going. He knows he's got to make something happen. He decides it's the pickup that I'm going to try. He gets the arms round, but then to take him to the left or take him to the right, that doesn't materialize. He only falls backwards.
I think the mistake was that Kaya tried the Ouchigari when his opponent was really on top of him, more or less.
Just have a look at
And
the
he tried
left,
to
left leg
rescue it.
from.
See the Ouchi there?
Yeah.
Although it came over as a Kosota,
Yeah.
it actually was Kaya doing the Ouchigari, hooked in for that Ouchigari, but he was on his heels.
Yeah, and he never got there, did he? He never got there.
He was trying to rescue
Yeah.
a mistake that he made with the Ouchigari, I believe, there.
Yonder Pirelli makes it quite a visit for Mr. Batulga.
Yes, definitely.
Seen Bishrelt, Oladoy, and now Yonder Pirelli Bashku, two Mongolian medals
Ladies and gentlemen,
to
next
celebrate.
contest, bronze medal
Right, coming up
contest for
next,
men under
the
66
first of
kilogram
the
category.
the second of the bronze medal contests in the under 66 kilo category. Radu Izvorenu of Moldova goes up against Bogdan Iyadov of the Ukraine. It'll be Izvorenu in the white judogi, Iyadov in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Paulina Gonzalez of Mexico.
Paulina Gonzalez. And now please welcome judoka. In white, judogi representing Republic of Moldova. First time in a Grand Slam final block. Radu
Looks so young there, doesn't he? It looks like
He probably is.
he most probably is.
Ukraine,
Yeah.
2018 Baku Grand Slam bronze medalist. Bogdan Yadov.
Let's see just how.
Such a baby face.
Yes, we'll see just how young. He has to be 19. They're a good pick, Loretta.
Yeah,
He's only 19.
His heart will be thumping like mad out there. First time he finds himself in this position fighting for a medal here in Abu Dhabi. He's done extremely well throughout the day. Moldovan there trying to work his magic in the Niwaza, turns his opponent over. Again, piling a bit more pressure on, using the feet nicely, tying up, really needs to tie up the upper part of the body before rotating over. As you can see, it's too much flexibility to expand the upper body for Ukraine. Both working off the sleeves at this moment. Now we have the lapel and sleeve, but as you can see, drawing down on that sleeve, which looks very negative. And the referee will keep an eye on that. Well, both are trying to size each other up here. Neither one of them wanting to take control at this particular moment, just waiting, getting the feel of this contest to see how it's going to go, but nice takedown there. And is this the Osakomi? Yes, it is. And he's working well to keep that in place, but as you can see, the Moldovan trying. That was very swiftly done, and
no big celebration from
No.
Iadov. He goes to give Isvaranu a helping hand as well. Some people react differently, don't they?
yes, it's
You know?
very sort of quiet, isn't it?
Yeah, reserved.
Unassuming.
I love that. Yeah,
Bronze
unassuming.
medalist for men under 66 kilogram
Unlucky
category.
bum.
In blue judo representing Ukraine.
Well, he came out and it was just getting the job done, wasn't it? And that's all he did, no more.
Good boy, isn't he? Bogdan Iadov. Vitaly Dubrova there to give him a pat on the back.
Congratulations.
Well prepared, well
Bogdan
coached.
Iadov, Ukraine.
His time will come.
Oh, definitely. 19 years of age? Definitely.
Second neat piece of neowaza we've seen in this final block. Sam Hall pulled out a nice one earlier.
Yep, it was great transition there. Good follow through.
Now it's Bogdan
Straight up.
Iadov. Onto it fairly quickly, yeah. Good one.
Yeah. Controlling the upper body very nicely there.
Right, we come now to the final of the under 66 kilo category. Ismail Misirov of Russia goes up against Denis Vieru of Moldova. It will be Ismail Misirov in the white judogi, Denis Vieru in blue, and we will have Mathieu Bataille of France to take control of this one in the middle.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final for men under 66 kilogram category.
Right, Loretta, road to the final. Take a look at that.
Definitely, yes. Well, it has been an interesting road. There's no doubt about it, with very, very strong opponents along the way.
I see the German there, Lennart Slamberger, down on one side. I think I did, didn't he? Who did he lose to? I'm sure I saw his name up there. Yeah, Lennart Slamberger. He lost to Russian in round one. Well, round two, he had to buy the first. Saw him a couple of months ago.
And now,
at
please
the
welcome the finalists. In white,
Junior World
representing
Championships
Russia,
in
first
Orbia, I
time
think.
in a Grand Slam final, Ismail Misirov.
There you have Denis Vieru.
Moldova, 2019 World Bronze Medalist, 2019 Paris Grand Slam winner, Denis Vieru.
Well, this would be a great win for the Russian. First time in a Grand Slam final against Vieru of Moldova. Vieru, good strong lifeline there at that time. He's lost it now, but it's the first hand on, controls, and then makes a decision on how to react. Misirov there trying to get that sleeve. He gets it and no more. A bit of a battle here. Both should pick up a Shido apiece here.
Yes. Loretta keeping up her chances of collecting an IJF refereeing badge.
Gosh. God help them if I did.
Might have to go out in the middle.
Hey, I couldn't do that.
Do a spot.
I'll stick with this. It's most probably one of the hardest jobs out there is being a referee. You have to admire them. Not an easy job. Uchimata there. Good strong attack. It's like the calm before the storm, isn't it? You sort of build up thinking there's a bit of tension in the air here, and you're waiting for it to just explode. And you always get this sense from Veru, but he's on the receiving end a couple of times now from the Russian, and he's not had that wake-up call yet. Is he going to wait until he ends up in a score down? So he's a little bit laid back in this contest, to say the least.
It was a nice initial entry for the Uchimata, and then it unravelled, didn't it?
Yes, it fizzled out, didn't it? Some attempt here in the Niwaza from Veru.
Finely balanced at the moment. Minute and a half left to go.
Yep. In fact, I would say the Russian is a little bit in front here.
I was going to
with
say
some very strong attacks with the Uchimata.
Vieru hasn't quite yet got going.
Oh, nice switch there though. It showed for the front, switch to the back, but didn't commit too strongly at the back though. A little bit of a test in the water there, I think. Showing if there is a bit of a reaction from the Russian. Well, for what we normally would see from Veru is a little bit flat out there. There's no sort of sharpness or change of pace at this particular moment that we would have expected. Sort of still up, I would say, on the attacks, and both picking up the second Shido each. Kochigari Sutemi was her attempt there, nearly left himself exposed in the Niwaza.
Yeah, that was quite risky.
Yeah, very, very risky indeed. Now a slight change of pace from Veru, but only slight. Now he's starting to have a bit more of a battle with the Kumikata. Steps across looking for that Taitoshi. Changing from left to right. Oh, Chigari. And now moving into the Niwaza. Gets the turnover, but lacks control of that head. Now we're into the golden score. So Veru just waking up slightly. And I say slightly, there's not much of a change of pace, but definitely more of a change from Veru than there has been from the Russian. Mizorov. Little bounce, side skip there along the edge of the contest area, leaving himself a little bit vulnerable as he's backed onto that edge. Veru coming in with the Ouchigari. A bit of a show there rather than a commitment. Uchimata, whoa, again once more from the Russian. That Uchimata moves Veru Coming up to the first minute in golden score. 2 shidos apiece. Nothing in it at all. You even wonder if they realise there's a gold medal in stake here. The way that both of them have engaged in this final.
Yes, I'd imagine that that's not in their thoughts at the moment. Just the opponent and what they've got in front of them.
Well, sometimes you just think it's something to fight for, especially when you're now golden score and 2 shidos down. It's about fighting for it. Again, that Uchimata, it's been tested a couple of times now. And Veru still riding them, which is quite worrying, really. Well, you really want this final to go in style, and that's a throw at the end of it, or even in the Niwaza.
Can't see where it's coming from
But
at the
I
moment.
just, no. Wouldn't be the nicest of finals to see it go down in a Hansokimaki.
One more cycle.
Right.
Nope.
Well, no.
Oh dear.
Oh gosh.
And most unusually,
I wouldn't have seen that one coming.
yeah, I didn't see that coming. He had been warned on a few occasions to tidy up, and he wanted to continue the contest without first tidying up the gi. But
Right.
Matthew Bataille, the referee, had previously warned him and had to stop him from coming forward, say, sorry, you have to do your gi up. That was the one warning that you get.
Yep.
When he came out again, was still without tidying it up. He picked up a shido, but it was the third shido, because there will be a lot of people saying, oh, you know, what was that? Why did you give such a silly shido? Well, it wasn't that shido that did it.
No,
it was the 2 others that he picked up before.
It was all 3 of them that
Yeah,
had
it
a
was
major impact on that result.
Combination of 3 that did for him in the end. And as Loretta was quite rightly saying, none of us wanted to see a contest end on 3 shidos, but unfortunately he had collected a third, and that was the end of it. Sirov
The highlights of this final
coming off second best there. Dennis Fierro, quite unlike him.
That was a nice technique there, though, that Ouchigari, which was the closest, I think, out of all of them from Veru of scoring.
He had a word with him at the end, didn't he, Sirov? I think it was something along the lines, way it's going to be different next time.
You wait.
We come now to the awarding ceremony for women in the under 52 kilo
Ladies and
category.
gentlemen, welcome to the medal ceremony for the women's under 52 kilogram category. The medals will be presented by the former president of Mongolia.
The medals are being presented by the former president of Mongolia, the president of the Mongolian Judo Association, His Excellency Mr. Batulga Kaltman.
And for Israel, Geffen Primo.
First of the bronze medal goes to Bishrelt Koladoy of Mongolia. There's a bronze medal also for Geffen Primo of Israel. Silver medal goes to Chelsea Giles
And gold
of
medalist
Great
representing
Britain.
France, Amandine Bouchard.
But the gold medal goes to Amandine Bouchard of France.
Prize money and the flowers will be presented by the board member of the United Arab Emirates Wrestling and Judo Federation, Mr. Mohammed Jassim. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of France.
And now the national anthem of France.
Thank you very much. Now, family picture with VIP and judoka. Ladies and gentlemen, our medalists, women under 52 kilogram category.
Primo
Congratulations.
and Bischreld were the bronze medal winners. Giles took the silver, but it was Bouchard who walked away with the gold medal. Coming up next, we'll have the first of the bronze medal contests in the under 57 kilo category. Lakfatogu Enkrilin of Mongolia goes up against Asela Toprak of Great Britain. It will be Lakfatogu in the white judogi, Toprak in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Vitaly Sulima of Ukraine.
Welcome the referee from Ukraine, Mr. Vitaly Sulima. And now, please welcome judoka in white.
A few of them have run out, haven't they?
Very enthusiastic, aren't they?
Did you ever run out?
No, I didn't, just in case I fell over. That would just be my luck. Trip on a cable or something like that.
Many people have a routine, haven't they?
Yeah.
Kayla Harrison always ran out and ran off,
Yeah.
irrespective of whether she'd won or not. Who else is a runner then? Who else can you remember who does a runner? Definitely Kayla Harrison. Every time she won, she ran right back, steamed back to the warm-up area.
Lakfatogu, their junior world silver medalist, up against Toprak, who was junior European silver medalist back in 2017. Strong performances there from these two, isn't it?
Another action that they're going to have a look at on the arm.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you've got the arm that's closest to you, you're going to be in trouble.
That's it, and I just think that is, if she gets away with that, I'll be surprised, because she had full control of that arm and went down. Very silly mistake. Yeah, hand sokamaki, definitely. No qualms about that. She'll be very disappointed, but when she reflects back and looks at that video, she'll realise.
Neil Adams was up here with Loretta
talking about it,
Crisafto
yeah.
and myself earlier on, and we were looking at the arm that's closest to you when you attack. You can't attack that one.
No.
There's no technique.
You're going against the
have, yeah.
movement of the arm, you're going against the joint, and you're going from Tachiwaza right into Niwaza.
A lot of coaches are really going to have a look at how that position comes about, because there's just too many people who are falling foul of that rule, which we've known since we were tiny.
Oh, definitely, yeah. It was just so blatant there. It just wasn't. Very, very silly mistake there. When she realises, she looks back on that, she'll realise the mistake she made. Definitely not an intentional move, but a very dangerous move indeed.
I mean, my question to athletes is when they're saying, "Oh, I never meant." Okay, so what technique were you attempting?
Exactly. A Sodi takes the sleeve up and across, which means your shoulder comes under the armpit and across. It doesn't brace across the elbow. The
second of the bronze medal contest in the under 57 kilo category features Faiza Mokhtar of France. She's up against Timna Nelson Levy of Israel. It's Mokhtar in the white judogi, Nelson Levy in blue.
The referee from Australia, Mr. Lubomir.
The referee in the middle for this one is Lubomir Peter of Australia.
And now, welcome.
Let's have a look at Mokhtar's entry. Is slightly more subdued. She just walks calmly.
Why rush? She's got all the time in the world.
Nelson Levy gives a nod to her coach, still receiving instructions as she steps to the mat.
And I love that, because there's no eye contact. There doesn't need to be. She stays focused in what she has to do, and she has that game plan, and her coach is just reassuring without actually needing her full attention.
Gives a couple of wipes of the feet as she steps to the tatami, and we're underway. Look for the grip around the collar there. Nelson Levy just missed out. There it is again.
Yeah, cross grip.
Oh, came around the back.
Yeah, that was really had to overstretch herself on that attack. Mokhtar working away in the Niwaza, getting that rotation. Oh, lovely, but just overspun it. Again, it's not letting her up. Works again, but this time takes her back the other direction. But as you can see, controlling that head nicely. Really some nice Niwaza there. Sadly, it didn't pay off for her. But I'm sure that's not the last we'll see of the Niwaza. Nelson Levy stretches over there for the Osotogari.
Determined to get that grip on the collar, isn't she?
Yes, like a cross grip, and throws that arm deep. Finding it hard to connect though, and pays dearly for it with a Shido for cross gripping. Using the same side, gripping on the same side as her opponent's lapel.
You could hear the slap as she connected with the back
thud.
up here. Oh, slip there from Nelson Levy. She could still escape this.
Yeah.
No, not now. Not now.
Mokhtar has really impressed me with her Niwaza, and the first exchange gave me this sort of the opinion that that was what we were going to see, the Niwaza from the French. Well,
you said earlier on that that's not what one of the athletes had come here for, and despite the fact that they had won a bronze medal. Well, that was definitely not what Team the Nelson Levy had come there for. That wasn't the performance that she would have liked to have given. Faiza Mokhtar, however, of France, was perfectly happy with that, and they say never look a gift horse in the mouth. When the opportunity presented for that Osaikomi, she locked on it.
Oh, definitely. That
Not
was
quite vice-like, but strong enough to finish off.
Yeah, but what we saw in the earlier exchange, and Niwaza was very good. Nissan Levy made the mistake again right in the earlier seconds of the opening of the contest, and was in trouble with a couple of exchanges with a turnover that she manages to get out. But this time, when you give it on a plate like that, be expecting to pay dearly for it.
It's odd how it unravels so quickly. For a moment, it looks as though she's going to be the aggressor as they go to the ground, but she falls to her left, and at that point, it all goes.
Yes, I thought she had an opportunity of getting out, but
yeah, and there was an opportunity to get out as well. Well, we come now to the final of the under 57 kilo category. Priscilla Neto of France goes up against Telma Monteiro of Portugal. It'll be Neto in the white judogi, Monteiro in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Amano Akiko of Japan. And Loretta Cusack-Doyle is going to give us a rundown on what we can expect and the head-to-head.
Well, for me, you see it in the world ranking, 34 in the world ranking to 9. Monteiro, a lot more experience under her belt. She's been on the scene for a long, long time. And that maturity and experience has got to put her in the forefront of this final, I feel. And based on it, it's been a solid performance from her today. And I just have that sort of gut feeling that she could take the #1 spot. But Priscilla Neto, you cannot underestimate at all. Again, another strong athlete, but from a pedigree of a history of having successes at this weight and in the middleweights for the French. They are really thriving at this moment, especially now with just the Olympic Games on the doorstep. Well, they'll all be really prepping themselves, and each time they come out on this world circuit, they will make their presence known. But just got to wait and see. There's a clash of the titans here. They're both very, very strong athletes, and really it's a hard one. I think it really goes on the first exchange to see how Monteiro opens up in this first 30 seconds. Well, she looks very determined.
Isn't it incredible that it's the first time that they've gone head-to-head?
Yes, I was trying to see how, because I expected them, because they've been on the scene for such a long time.
And not only that, Monteiro originally came from 52.
Yes.
Where, back in 2012, Neto was an Olympic bronze medal winner. So one would have expected to have seen a head-to-head. We don't have one to go on.
Oh, nice Sinagi there from Neto. As we know, Monteiro, she's a battler. There's no two ways about it. I would never write her off till the bell had gone. She perseveres, even if she's been on the receiving end throughout the time she's spent out there. You could never write her off. Neto takes the first grip on the lapel there. You can see that left hand controlling nicely. She's also now got the sleeve, which causes a few problems for Montero. Well, Neto looking less flustered out there.
I thought I was going to be really clever and discover an occasion when they had gone head-to-head, and I did find.
Oh, did you?
An occasion when Neto fought Montero, but it was a different Montero.
Oh, right.
So we just cancel that search.
Right.
And then maybe Montero would have fought the sister, Astrid.
Yes.
And that didn't happen either.
No, didn't it?
No.
All right. I was trying to do a bit of research and I could not find it, but I thought, well, if I can't find it, I'm sure you will. Because I've just found it bizarre that there was no head-to-head, considering the time that they've been on the world circuit together and never to come up against each other. It's... Definitely, it's a tight match between both these athletes. No scores as yet, a minute and a half remaining in the contest, but no penalties either, which is quite refreshing. Both staying fully engaged. Montero put an attack in there. Wasn't too convinced with that one. Oh, yes! Oh, what a nice attack there. Just shows you it's never over, regardless if you turn your back. What a mistake Neto made there.
Yeah, she was on her way off the mat.
She was on her way off. She thought she'd escaped her and turned her back and then just got up and... oof. Well, when she looks back on that, she will be absolutely kicking herself.
Nothing wrong with that score.
No, it was absolutely nice there, and 45 seconds remaining. So the timing is good as well, with no shidos on the board.
Yeah, Montero can afford to leave out the escaping type tactics. She's far enough ahead, she's very comfortable, hasn't looked under any real threat here.
Yeah, totally agree with you. And she's got the experience to know how to work this now, without one going into danger and two putting herself in a position that she could lose it on the shidos. 20 seconds remaining. Neto will chase. There's no doubt about it. And as you can see, driving forward. But unless there's an osakomi or something that she just falls into, I cannot see Neto coming back from this now.
I agree with you. Now
not against Montero anyway. Well, I think she'll let her have that moment.
I quite often say when we come to this part of it, I've never seen less than 4 seconds.
Yeah.
That one was only 3. And as you quite rightly said, it was not going to be enough to close the gap.
Ladies and gentlemen, winner and gold medalist for women under 57
Well,
kilogram
it looked like
category.
they knew each other so well, and I think they do, because when it actually comes down to it, they may have not competed against each other.
That's right.
But on the World Tour, they have these camps, and there'll be plenty of time that those most probably have trained with each other and know the capabilities.
This is
Well, she's happy with that.
In a Grand Slam for Dilma Monteiro, Portugal.
6th Grand Slam gold medal win.
Amazing. Good. Well, it's amazing. She's got a lot of experience, and I think experience flowed.
You can see the highlights.
Well,
match.
we'll have a look at some of the highlights, and then we'll be back with the awarding ceremony. Another little highlights package, and then the wrap up. We come now to the awarding ceremony for the men in the under 66 kilo category.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the medal ceremony for the men's under 66 kilogram category. The medals will be presented by the president of the National
Medals are being presented by the president of the National Olympic Committee of Indonesia, Mr. Raja Sapta
Ukraine, Bogdan Yadov.
The first of the bronze medals goes to Bogdan Yadov of Ukraine. There's a bronze medal also for Yondan Perenli Bashku of Mongolia.
Silver medalist representing Russia, Ismail
Silver medal
Misirov.
goes to Ismail Misirov of Russia.
And gold medalist
Gold medal goes to
Moldova,
Denis Vieru of Moldova. Your pick from this morning, Loretta Cusack-Doyle.
Yes, definitely. Solid performance throughout
Prize
the
money
day.
and the flowers will be presented by the head referee director of the International Judo Federation, Mr. Ahmed Bagdasarov.
I wonder what it was that Misirov said to him just at the end. He leans into him and he has another word. And now the national anthem of Moldova.
Thank you very much. Family picture with VIP and best judo gold this category. Men under 66 kilo.
Time for the family picture with the VIPs, and then we'll have one of the winning quartet. And we've got another winning quartet waiting in the wings, the under 57 kilo category. Will be up Next then, it will be a little highlights package for you. Don't go anywhere quite yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, our medalists, men under 66 kilogram category.
Yondan Perenli and Iyadov were the bronze medal winners. Sirov had to settle for the silver this time round. Vieru it was who took the gold medal.
Gentlemen, now we are waiting for the last awarding ceremony today. It's for women under 57 kilogram category.
Right, we come now to the awarding ceremony for women in the under 57 kilo category.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the medal ceremony for the women's under 57 kilogram category. The medals will be presented.
The medals are being presented by the Chief Executive Officer of the Ultimate Capital, partner of the International Judo Federation, Mr. Max Hervé-Georges.
Representing France, Faiza Mokhtar.
First of the bronze medals goes to Faiza Mokhtar of France. There's a bronze medal also for Lachfatogu Enkelin of Mongolia. Silver medal goes to Priscilla Neto of France.
And gold medal is representing Portugal, Telma.
The gold medal goes to Telma Monteiro of Portugal.
Prize money and the flowers will be presented by Director General of the International Judo Federation, Mr. Vlad Marinescu. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Portugal.
And now the national anthem of Portugal.
Thank you very much. Family picture with the IPN Best Judoka of this category, women under 57 kilograms.
Laivatoku and Mokhtar were the bronze medal winners. Neto picked up the silver, but it was Montero who took the gold medal. Speaking of gold medals, there were gold medals for France, Portugal, the Republic of Moldova, Chinese Taipei and Italy. They had one apiece. Well, we'll be... Oh, great. Lovely. And there's confirmation of that. 5 gold medals: France, Portugal, Moldova, Italy and Chinese Taipei. There'll be more medals on offer tomorrow when we're back for day 2 of the Abu Dhabi Grand Slam. We'll have the middleweights tomorrow. We look forward to your company then, but from Loretta Kusat-Doyle and myself and all the broadcast team here in Abu Dhabi, it's bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Congratulations to the all medalists, all judoka. Don't forget, tomorrow we'll have the second day, day 2, and the preliminaries. Tomorrow will start at 12 o'clock in the morning. See you tomorrow. Thank you very much.
12 o'clock midday. Medals were spread out, which was nice. 48s, 52s. 52s was the best, I thought.